Yo, it's your brother, the 13th letter to the cipher, coming back today. And today is the People's Day. Every day of the week is the People's Day. And I'm going to be very short as I can. And I'm going to get out of here because I got someplace to go. How are you all doing today? I hope fine. I myself am doing better, as you can tell, as you can possibly see. This video that I want to present to you today is for young Pharoh and his YouTube fans. After reviewing young Pharoh's documentary on the Nation of Islam, let me get this to his fans first. Let me say this to Pharoh fans first. To the fans of young Pharoh, before you send your comments in regards to what I warned Pharoh about in my video number 74, Black History 74, you should have also viewed Black History 77 before you commented me in regards to my video and what I warned young Pharoh about. To the brother whose name is Wiser Than You Think or Wiser Than You Know, who won't even put his real face on his own page. Show your face. Number two, show your face, because this brother said that the nation, brothers in the nation, had contacted me in regards to saying Farrakhan was a sellout and Farrakhan was a con man. And then I guess he watched my other video and said, why, entitled, Why Farrakhan Cons the Black Man. Let me tell you something, Mr. Wiser Than You Know or Wiser Than You Think. First of all, no brothers in the nation contacted me in regards to any video that I do in regards to taking my words back. I'm not that kind of guy. I am a former FOI. And yes, I still have brothers and sisters in the nation that I associate with and I speak to. You know, that's not a problem. And I don't take anything back, Mr. Wiser Than You Know, about Farrakhan being a sellout. I don't take anything back. I don't take anything back about Farrakhan being a con man. And then in my video, how Farrakhan cons the con man, so those are 3 different videos. And you stated, Mr. Wiser Than You Think or Wiser Than You Know, that I backtracked because you think that somebody contacted me from the nation and got on me. No, 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 brother. I am not afraid of any brother in the Nation of Islam. I know these brothers, okay? And I'm squatted up. Anyway, let's get that understood, okay? I don't have to retract anything. And in fact, I said that why Farrakhan conned the con man? Could you imagine if Farrakhan didn't con the con man? I mean, if Farrakhan didn't con the black man? If Farrakhan did not con the black man, I would probably be after you right now or anybody else that looked like me. That's all I'm saying, brother. I can talk about that man. So can everybody else. But what I'm saying is this, brother. He has raised black people from a dead state level. Could you imagine what brothers would be like if there was no Minister Farrakhan, if there was no Elijah Muhammad? Could you imagine what it would be like in the streets in black communities nationwide? So before you talk about that, Mr. Wiser Than You Think, who has no balls enough to put his own face on the screen versus Michael Jordan's, brother, I don't want no beef with you, and really, you don't want no beef with me. And it's really not about beef. I would just advise the fans of Young Pharough to go view my video in the beginning of my video, Black History 77, before you bring all of these wild comments. Okay. Another comment, one brother said that all of you old cats are scared and you know, of us new cats. And what we got to say, just from my standpoint, from being an OG, seeing that you are a young fool, okay? It's not about being scared. I don't have anything to fear. I'm very much squatted up, okay, by people who kill black people. I'm very much squatted up. If you just review my video, and if you want to know who I'm squatted up with, they've killed 363 people thus far this year. So you figure that out, young man. I'm squatted up. I don't worry about any of that. Okay? I don't. I'm not afraid of that. And that young brother, young Pharoh, got some nuts. But see, what I was trying to warn young Pharoh about is just like, I'm going to use this analogy. If you keep throwing bricks at the penitentiary, you're going to go. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And for all of you YouTube fans who keep encouraging this brother or who kept encouraging this brother, if anything would happen to that brother in your presence, would you step in and take the bullet? Would you step in and take the beating? Fuck no, you wouldn't. Now, if young Pharoh was to see the minister would welcome that brother. The minister not going to hurt that man. He's not going to do that. However, you got some crazy people, zealots, that go beyond what the minister says. Okay? And young Pharoh's talking about he's going to LA. You have to be careful, man. Don't be so naive, young Pharoh. You traveling, going all of these to these different states and places where there are a bunch of people that love Minister Farrakhan, Elijah Muhammad, and the Nation of Islam. Okay? And they don't have to be FOI members. They can be Bloods, they can be Crips, they can be Vice Lords in Chicago, Stones in Chicago, GDs in Chicago, Breeds in Chicago. And so you go to all of these places, young man. That's all I'm telling you. So for all of your fans that's out there, are they going to be with you if something ever happens to you, man? You see, when they killed Malcolm, where was Malcolm people at? Right where Malcolm. Did they do anything? No. No. When the brother Khalid got killed, regardless to if he was right, remember the truth will get you killed. On a worldwide scale, if it's going to tear down someone who has built a legacy, whether you agree with their legacy or not. You understand? Young Pharoh, you did a great presentation on the Nation of Islam. You did a great presentation. I salute you on that. However, you did say something that was inaccurate. And that was, what has the Nation of Islam done for the Black community? I'm going to say this again, as I told one of your fans that's out there. Had it been not, okay, let me put it this way. You say that you was a 5%er, right? Right? If it wasn't for Elijah Muhammad, Clarence 13X would have been, and you would not have known anything about 5%er. Neither would you be walking around here calling yourself God. You understand? Neither would any other Black organization that took, or not any other Black organization that came after the nation. Nobody heard of the Black man calling himself God, or a Black woman calling themselves God before the Nation of Islam. Could you imagine where you grew up at, or the people you know, or the people that you're going to see all over the world in the US? Do you know what it would be like if it wasn't for people like Elijah Muhammad? Meaning raising them in the science of themselves. We're going to skip the Islam thing. We already know that's garbage. But there's other great things that has been said that has uplifted many Black people, Black men and Black women here in America who had no place to go. Ex-drug dealers, ex-pimps, ex-prostitutes, people that went to prison and no one would accept them. The Nation of Islam opened their doors to them. Now, for whatever reason that was, it was, okay? But in the process, there were a lot of people who benefited from that, including you. Because, like I said, if it wasn't for Elijah, you would not have had Clarence 13X. And you, my man, was a 5%er. That's all I'm saying. I pray to God. I pray to our ancestors that nothing happens to you. I don't want anything to happen to you. And I really pray to our ancestors that nothing happens to you. You see what happened to Khalid? You understand? You see what happened to Malcolm? They spoke the truth. They spoke the truth to the world. And all of those people who was cheering them on, they weren't there. When it all came in the end, they weren't the ones who were getting shot like Khalid was, nor was they getting killed like Malcolm. We want to talk about John Ali and even Clarence 13X. We won't talk about that. You see, we're talking about you right now. And you are nowhere near on those guys' platform. That's all I'm saying. So don't let your YouTube fans charge you up like a Duracell and you end up getting yourself hurt by these zealots who are in the nation. You just left in your documentary, you show that Elijah Muhammad wasn't worried about anything happening to him after the death of Malcolm. He wasn't worried about it. Even though he know what took place. He know he put that hit on him. He know that. Just like the CIA helped him with the hit. I'm just saying. Young brother, you did a great job. But don't ever say that Louis Farrakhan and Elijah Muhammad did nothing for the Black man in America. Do you know the mental state of what the Black man would be like had there not been an Elijah Muhammad or a Louis Farrakhan? I'm not defending them in their wrong, but I am giving them their credit when it's due. You just can't smash a motherfucker totally, man. It's not like the man didn't do anything for the black people. He raised them from a dead level of consciousness. Like I said, fuck the religion. We know the religion is some bullshit. But there's some other things that the minister instilled in the minds and in the spirit and in the heart of black men that kept them afloat. Things that Elijah said, things that the minister said that kept them out of prison, things that Elijah said and Pharough said that kept them from killing people, from going to prison, having some type of moral values. Now, I know that morals is a big thing to talk about with Pharough saying that he helped get Malcolm killed. He did. He did. Now, me being a former member, a former FOI for over 10 years, I'm not going to make a documentary. I could have did that way before your time. And like I said, I'm already popular in other states before you was born, young man. I'm not here for numbers. I did all of that, did that, done that. I'm almost, man, what did you like, 26 or something? I got 20 something years on you. I've already did everything you could possibly want to do. So I'm not jealous of you, and I don't want anything to happen to you, because what you did took nuts. What you did took nuts. But at the same time, what I am informing you of is do not let these YouTube fans help you become a martyr. Because over the past year, you have been throwing rocks at the Nation of Islam. And if you keep throwing rocks at people, they're going to come back with bricks, stones, guns, knives, and everything. Just like if a person who continuously go out there and sell drugs and they go get locked up and then they go get locked up again, you know they're going to the prison. That's all I'm saying to you. That's all I'm saying, young man. You did a great job, but don't ever say that the minister, Elijah, and the Nation of Islam did not do anything for the black community. Don't say that. Now that was inaccurate, meaning that there were a lot of women, black, a lot of men, black, who had nowhere to go, who had no sense of direction. Like I said, we're going to forget the religion aspect because we know that that's garbage, okay? But there were other things that were instituted in the nation that did help people, black men, black women around the world. His numbers or his followers, his old followers, his old FOI people, brothers and sisters, we got a lot out of what the man said. In fact, many of us would be dead if we didn't leave the street. If I didn't leave the street, I would be dead. If I had not left the street, I would have been dead. You understand? Had you not heard about Clarence 13X, you possibly would still be in the street and be dead. I'm just saying. And even your sidekick, which is one of my contemporary teachers, which is General Seti, he knows how the Nation of Islam helped some of his own family members come up from a dead level of consciousness and evolve into something else. Whether they stayed or whether they left. You understand what I'm saying? They got a base to move on to a higher learning. There's a lot of things that the minister did wrong. There's a lot of things that Elijah did wrong. But the fact remains that had it not been for that base of knowledge and empowerment for Black people, meaning pride and value in a Black person, to raise him up from a dead state of consciousness like Malcolm. Had it not been for Elijah, Malcolm would not have been Malcolm. Malcolm would have died in the street had he not heard about Elijah Muhammad. And when he found out the truth, yeah, he exposed him. But had it not been for him hearing that man, he would not have been able to tell you what he told you. Neither would he have been able to tell the world what he told the world had it not been for that little man. I'm not defending him. I'm not defending what the little man did, because they both did wrong. Okay? But when you love somebody and they are all you have, what would you do to protect them? I'm just saying. I mean, it might not even be a brother or sister that's actually in the nation. It can be one of his grandkids. It can be anybody. This man has Bloods, Crips, Vice Lords, Stones, GDs, Breeds, whatever mob you in, okay? Whatever mob that Black people are in regards to gang banging, okay? He has followers that's in gangs. You come into Chicago, you got people that's Vice Lords, Folk Corner hustlers, uh, that honor the minister because they get their literature from the nation. I'm just saying, young blood. That's all I'm telling you, man. And for all of you YouTuber fans that's of young Pharoh, please watch my video. In the beginning of my video, Moses, Jews, and the Caves of Europe, you will hear me say that Pharoh did, young blood did a good job. I was very impressed with the work that he did. I was very impressed. And I told him that myself. And I am very serious and sincere when I say I pray to the ancestors that you live a long life. I'm for real. I'm dead serious about that, man. Well, you say, well, why didn't I make a documentary? There was no need for me to make a documentary. That means I would have been like Moses that was in Pharaoh's house. And he turned on Pharoah and had all of those plagues brought upon Pharaoh in Egypt, according to, the Sun Book. I'm just saying. So I would not have done that. I just left quietly, moved on, evolved into higher learning. And yes, I still keep in contact with the brothers and the sisters. I've known them for years. And besides, I've known them for years. I've known people in the street for years. And I'm always surrounded by a squad. A squad that kills Black men, like for fun. Yeah. You say, well, who was that? Cops. I could have been a cop when I got out of the military. I didn't want to do that. I can't help that I have friends that got out of the military that became cops. I can't help that I have family members that may be cops. I can't help that. But I speak my mind, and I don't retract the word of what I said about Farrakhan, because he did sell us out to Scientology, to the Satan worshipers over there. Now, for whatever reason he did, hell, what can I say about that? That's his organization that he built after Elijah Muhammad. I didn't build it. He built it. That's just like saying you have your own organization, Young Pharough organization. You can tell your followers, don't go fuck with that dude over there who just cursed you out and said that you were nothing and talked all this bad shit about you. You can tell your people to don't go fuck with you. Don't go fuck with the man. Let him, but then you have some disobedient followers. I'm just saying. And you know how I go. You from the streets. Haven't you went against the word of your old chief when you was out there in the street? I'm just saying. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I wish you well, young brother. You did a great job. But by all means, do not allow these YouTube fans to stroke your ego to a point whereas you, my friend, my brother, can't see what's ahead of you. The minister said that Malcolm's momentum killed him. Didn't you hear the minister say that? That was in your own documentary. Malcolm's momentum killed him. Watch your momentum. I've watched mine. And I have nothing to fear, just like you should have nothing to fear. But you got some crazy ass people out here, man. That's all I'm saying, your brother. I love you. I love you totally. And I wish you a long life, man. But don't let other people charge you up to keep throwing rocks. Because like I said, for the past year, you and my contemporary teacher, my teacher of, a new teacher, which is SETI. I've been following SETI for maybe 3 or 4 years. And I learned a lot from General SETI. So I consider him to be one of my teachers. I learned things from you, young Pharoh. I'm just saying, man, be careful how you walk. Remember, you have to go places. And you must remember, they didn't get at Malcolm till years later. So, how long did Malcolm have to watch his ass? That's all I'm saying, young brother. I really wish you the best. And I will continue to watch your channel. And I hope that you continue to watch mine. Or at least some of your fans continue to watch mine. Because I really wish you the best, man. You, the General, the real Macaw. I listen to all you brothers, man. Because I learned something from all of you. Just as I learned something from Marcus Garvey, as I learned something from John Henry Clark, as I learned something from Dr. Ben Joachim, as I learned something from Mother Mother Frances Cress Welsing, as I learned something from Umar Johnson. You all talk about him too, with his trashy house. But I must say the man has a brilliant mind. He has a brilliant mind. Just like you have a brilliant mind. Just like General SETI has a brilliant mind. Just like the real Macaw has a brilliant mind. There's a lot of brilliant minds out here. My thing is, with all of the followers that you have, because you have a large fan base, young Pharoh, and your fan base supports you. So you have an opportunity to do something. You have an opportunity to do something constructively, and they will be behind you. So I'm watching. I'm watching. And if I can be of assistance in that which you organize, let me know if you choose to. And for the general, if there's anything that I can help you with, let me know. I learn from you, brothers, and I hope that you learn something from me, even if it's a word or two, even if it's a line or two, even if it's a seed that I planted that made a thought go into your head that you can use for the upliftment of yourself and for the people. That's all I'm saying. And for Pharoh, young Pharaoh's fan club out there, please, by all means, check out the introduction to my video, Moses, Jews, and the Caves of Europe, and you will hear me congratulate the young brother on the excellent work that he did. Okay. And for the Q&A that I had, for the people yesterday who asked me all this type of questions and what I used to do and all of that stuff, I uploaded some classic old stuff. That's not what I do today. That's classic stuff. And it's just for the promotion of the show. That's all. And with that, you all, stay away from the po-po. Don't drink and drive. Don't smoke weed in your car while you're driving. Have some love, peace, and respect for yourself. And by all means, let's generate some type of unity that we can have among each other for the upliftment of these young kids that's out here today. If there's anything that I've said that you like, by all means, hit those 3 buttons down there. Like, subscribe, and share. And with that, you all,